A cheap budget macro pale ale. What could go wrong? Beer, 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 beer. Hello everybody, welcome back to me, Mate Brewski, for the Brewski review. And today the beer I have for you is Maclays Traditional Pale Ale. Boom. Silver, blue, a little bit of gold accents from, well, estimated or established 1830, Alloa, Scotland. 5% ABV, unknown IBUs, not listed here on the can, on the website, or Untapped, but it's a macro beer, probably around 10-15 at most. Just me guessing. Yeah, Pale Ale Maclays. They are owned by Sleeman now. Yeah, Sleeman Brewing and Malting Co. That's who they're owned by, and they are based out of Guelph, Ontario. So let's crack this bad boy open. Let's see what we got. Pouring into my Beer 101 pint glass because this is the only beer glass that I have here in Niagara. It's one more than I used to have, so that's always a good time. Let's see what we got. Now, is it going to taste like a pale ale that you would get from a craft brewery? I don't think so. It does not look like that. It looks like a typical macro brew. Golden, very, very clear, a bit of a white head on top. Yeah, super clear. It's very pale in color, I guess, you know. Pale ale, pale color. Not always the case, but in this one it is. Let's have a smell. Slightly skunky, corny, a little bit of caramel, a mixture of white and sourdough bread. Very nice. Yeah, smells like a typical macro beer. You're not really getting any hop profile like you would from a pale ale made from a craft brewery per se. But hey, you know, this is appealing to the masses. Let's have a sip. On the taste, there's a little bit of bitterness in the beginning. Kind of reminiscent of like a nice hoppy bitterness, but it's very, very minimal. Could also be just the carbonation or effervescence of the beer tingling and dancing on my tongue. That sounds a little bit better. Other than that, sweet corn, simple syrupy sweetness, a little bit of light caramel. Typical macro beer. Cheers everybody, let's keep on drinking. Yeah, very sweet, very uneventful. Nothing like you would get from a pale ale from a craft brewery by any means, to be honest. But it's not bad. It's a little too sweet for my liking. But I still drink it. I still drink it for sure, and I am. Would I go out and buy a can? Probably not. But if it was given to me or if I found it in a fridge, I'd drink it. Not saying no free beer. Nice, not bad. Looking on the can, Maclays Traditional Pale Ale, 5% ABV, unknown IBUs, probably like 10 IBUs realistically, from a Sleeman Brewing and Malting Co. Any other information? Nope. No ingredients, no IBUs. No nothing, no description. On the bottom, best before date or brewed on August 29th, 2019. Clearly labeled as well, which is absolutely awesome. I love seeing that. Even on the macro brew side, I just, warms my heart. That's what I really want, is a best before or brewed on date. Making everybody know what you're drinking is either fresh or has gone bad and past overdue. Thankfully, thanks to, usually the LCBO. Yay. I did forget to mention mouthfeel. Good bit of carbonation in the beginning, then it all dies off, then goes very smooth, light-bodied beer. Moving on to the website, which you'll find Maclays Pale Ale under the Sleeman website, sleemanbreweries.ca. You go to the brand section and you find Maclays Pale Ale. It reads, Maclays Pale Ale is renowned for its golden color and fine head, a nose that gives mild aromas of binned apples, and a light and creamy mouthfeel with smooth, mild malts and hop flavors. When they say mild, yes, very, very mild. But overall, not a bad beer, just a little too sweet for me on the macro beer side of things. Other than that, information-wise, nothing. You just scroll down and it hits the next one and the next one and the next one and the next one. That's fine. If you want to go over to the LCBO and pick yourself up a can of Maclays, looking at this 473 ml tall boy can, you're going to be shelling out a toonie, or 2 loonies, or 8 quarters, or 220 dimes, 400 nickels. We don't do pennies anymore here in Canada. Those got discontinued, I think, 2012, if I'm not mistaken. So pennies are not a thing. Only if you take them to your bank, but not in regular money giving stuff and things. Little fun fact. Yeah, $2, budget college beer, which is actually perfect for me because monies are not happening for the Ruskies. That's okay. It's only about a year and a bit left before I can start making more. I don't know why I gave you that piece of information. Who knows? Untapped, Maclays Traditional Pale Ale has been given a 2.85 bottle caps out of 5, and that's out of just over 2,400 ratings. Overall, it's not an amazing beer, it's not a bad beer, it's just a beer. Like I said, it's a little too sweet for me, which is, it's not a bummer, it's just not my real go-to kind of flavor. But hey, very easy to drink. So with that said, cheers to my final sip, guys. Let's get right to it and wrap this thing up. Maclays Traditional Pale Ale. Not like a pale ale I'm used to, but hey, it's there for you to enjoy for $2. And you know what? $2 for a can of beer, especially a tall boy, can't go wrong with that price, especially if you're on a very, very strict and tight budget. You can still get a solid beer for your money. Overall, Maclays Pale Ale gets a solid 5 out of 10 for me. As for presentation, I'm not the biggest fan of it. It's kind of bland in color, to be honest. Not my favorite, but you know what? You do have a clearly labeled brewed on or canned on date on the bottom, which is definitely the best thing in the world. Website gives you a little quick blurb of the beer, which actually kind of describes it fairly nicely. But other than that, not too much going on. Presentation gets a solid 4.5 out of 10 for me. Before I leave you guys, if you have any comments, questions, or beers I want to review in the future, leave all that information down in the comment box below. If you want to go ahead and like this video or subscribe to me, Maple Brewski, it would be greatly appreciated as well. And with all that said, that's going to do it for me, Maple Brewski. Like I always say, crack a beer and enjoy. Cheers. Now let's crush this pale ale like it's water as I spill on my desk a few times. And that happens 'cause I can be a little bit clumsy. Cheers.